When you get into a pleasure pain cycle and you're abusing your body, and you get into the cycle of the depletion of the secretion, right? There's something to be said about what you're doing to your body, because, of course, the vital fluid, right? The vital force, the life force, literally, thinking about what brought you into being, what has brought you into this existence. You are bearing witness of the depletion of that energy, the wasting of that energy, right? Debasing of that energy. When you see that you are not honoring and respecting, but you are actually neglecting that energy in that way, there's a loss on more than one count. There's a loss on one for your body, but there's another loss, and I think maybe even a greater loss in the long run is the loss of your mind. I just saw a film the other day called Chevalier, with a famous violinist, a famous musician, with this untold historic story. And in this movie, Chevalier's mother, who was a slave and had been on a plantation, but was recently freed and emancipated because the owner was no longer living, she told her son a line, and I quote, "The greatest evil is not what has been done to our bodies, but what has been done to our minds." Now think about that for a second. The greatest evil is not what has been done to our bodies, but has been done to our minds. And when you think about evil that is being done upon yourself, neglect, lack of respect being done upon yourself, think about the mental health that comes out of that. Think about the lack of self-esteem, the low self-image, the low self-worth. When you are wasting energy, the same energy that led to your birth. I mean, what could be worse, right? You feel that burst, right? You feel that pleasure, but you don't take into measure what that pleasure can cost. You're not actually realizing the amount that you've lost. All you're seeing is, this feels good. But you don't you don't see the long run. You don't see the future. You don't see ahead, because you're thinking with the little head instead of the big head, right? So instead, it might behoove you to realize with real eyes that see the real lies, right? You might see past your own pleasure, even past the pain, to what you could gain if you were able to retain that energy, maintain that energy, and sustain that energy, and not be playing games with that energy, right? What could you stand to attain with that energy? I would wager that it would be major. That's what I would wager. I'd be willing to bet you'd be able to get a lot more than you'd even expect if you allowed yourself to reconnect and not neglect the cause to the effect. Because there is an effect. There's something that comes next. And it might have you vexed, maybe even perplexed. But when that energy is protected, when that energy is respected, you will see the inner harmony reflected. So this is just a little message, once again, to let you know that when you retain, you do gain. Your whole aura starts to glow. There's no limit to how far you can go. No limit to how much you can grow. Just allow yourself to know it. And don't allow yourself to blow it. Realize that you are more than you even give yourself credit. Don't live to regret it. And remember, I said it. So don't forget it. Much love to you. You got this. We need you. Believe in yourself. Believe in your health. For surely it is your greatest inner wealth.